Hi, Mr. Golnick. My name is Valentina Corral,
And Daniela Andrea.
and we will be presenting the book on Simone de Beauvoir. Simone de Beauvoir was best known as a French writer and feminist. However, her upbringing had a lot of influence in regards to her philosophy and overall life. She was born on January 9th, 1908, to her parents Georges Bertrand de Beauvoir and François Brasseur. Both of her parents came from wealthy families. Her father's side had some aristocratic potentials, while her mother's side were of wealthy bourgeois family with deep devotion to the Catholic religion. Simone's father was an atheist, but her parents still got married and agreed to raise their children as Catholic. Simone's rejection of her mother's Catholic bourgeois orientation became a huge topic of conflict in her household. Since Simone was a child, her father made sure to give her the great works of literature and encouraged her to learn how to read and write from an early age. Her personality had always been of a precocious and intellectually curious child. Instead of wanting to be a mother and a wife, Simone always longed to be a writer and a teacher. Further, because of her mother's education, she grew up as an extremely religious kid. However, when she was 14, she decided that for her, there was no God. Being atheist, she still attended a private Catholic school, the Institut Adeline de Syrie, where she studied until the age of 17. Simone's decision to pursue philosophy directly followed her rejection of religion. She never married due to dedicating her life to being an intellectual. However, she actually considered it once, but it didn't work out. Instead, she pursued an extraordinary learning career. She studied mathematics at the Institut Catholique, literature and languages at the Institut Sainte-Marie, philosophy at Sorbonne, and passed the exams for certificates in history of philosophy, general philosophy, Greek, logic, ethics, sociology, and psychology. The Beauvoir's 1949 publication of The Second Sex was definitely her greatest achievement in publication. To this day, this book remains a landmark in feminist history. Feminism's second wave is a direct reflection of Simone's book. In The Second Sex, she claims that the perceptions of gender are not biologically inherited, but they are imposed to us by the society we live in. The Beauvoir's work is especially groundbreaking since she was born 10 years before women were even allowed to get elected in the UK Parliament and decades before women were allowed to vote in France, which was 1944. In short, she was the one to start convincing people that the fact that society no longer relies on the physical dominance of men, which eliminates all reason behind inequality. De Beauvoir argued that women maintain the same capability to choose as men. Therefore, women can choose to become a prominent part of society, essentially moving beyond the immanence which was forced onto them, and many chose to resign, towards transcendence. Transcendence meaning that women being able to take responsibility for themselves in the world, essentially being free. In The Second Sex, Beauvoir had famously stated, "One is not born, but rather becomes a woman. Women are different from men because of what they have been taught and socialized to do and be." In short, the Beauvoir demands that women must be treated as equal to men. Therefore, laws, customs, and education must be altered to encourage this. Simone de Beauvoir single-handedly revolutionized feminism by pioneering contemporary philosophical feminism. Her book, The Second Sex, is the Bible of this movement, a landmark accomplishment in feminist theory. Most importantly, she put her philosophy into action by combining philosophical and literary productivity that led to lasting legislative change.